Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we've got a map which I am absolutely certain, I am confident the majority of you are going to pencil in for your must build on list. It is a map that has a few minor grumbles as we go along. Listen, there are very few maps that don't have minor grumbles as we go along. But it is a standout map. It's a creator we've done 3 times in the past, episodes 800, 939 and 1064, where they got 12 stars and 12 stars and 12 stars again. And a smattering of seal of approvals just for fun. So I think with confidence there's going to be a few takers for today's map. It's a nice one. Also, BonBonBingo, that's a nice one too, but you don't have to play, but it's fun if you do. But before we do any of that, of course, there's a daily reminder to do. Here it comes. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Spring Fjords Snow Map 22021, no DLC needed, by stevensdomi. 20202, well, I think that's 2021 with an extra 2 in it by accident. There's your start square. Very complex, lovely swooping intersection going on there. Plenty of buildable space on today's map and some really interesting mounting shapes too. Very strong resources if you're looking to do a resource map, so that's also good. And if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, we have all of the little fishes as well. What more can you want? Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, no DLCs required today. It's a snow map with no DLC. We've got a nicely written description and there is a one-click collection as well. The description does include some information like the flooding, which we're going to spot in a few moments. The flooding is only temporary, but yeah, I'll show you that in a moment. Procedural objects is listed today. You don't strictly need that. There'll be a few missing bits if you don't have it. Theme Mixer 2 is also listed. I don't know why. There's no hints as to what we should be doing with Theme Mixer 2. We'll be using the Patagonia theme today and the realistic 1.2 LUT. There's a few things to subscribe. Oh, and network extensions 2 is listed as well. Remember that, it's handy. When you load up the map, you will have some instant flooding. This will take a couple of months of in-game play, so just stick the game on high speed and all that flooding will clear. As you can see here, it's already clearing and in no time really. Just let the game run. Down to a ground level. Oh yeah, I don't know what the solution for that is. I've never had it on my particular maps once loaded. I think it's one of those, so I think you just have to let the game run on the map editor before saving it, I think. But it's not necessarily the answer. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Intersections, some very nice intersections. This one is leads to a road that goes up into the mountains, which we will check in the second half of the show. And also look at the shapes of the mountains in the distance there. Just look at the shapes of the mountains in the distance. Right, minor grumble number 1. We have some shark's teeth right here. A little tap of the smoothing tool will get rid of that instantly. Not a big problem. Slightly encroaching tree here. It's not quite on the highway. Oh, that one is. It's going to make it look like this map is full of problems with all these little grumbles as we're going along. It's really not. It's really, really not. We won't see another instance of shark's teeth. And looks like wibble on the highway here. It just doesn't quite align. Could have started aligning a little bit earlier, I think is the answer to that one. Nice tree detailing around this intersection. And some nice rock detailing in the intersection as well, which we'll talk about in the second half of the show, because there's plenty of things to talk about on today's map. A lot of them are good. Bridge work. This is beautiful bridge work here. Apart from this little bit of a again, a wibble in the middle of this bridge. Just to see how it bends off on the right there. Just like wobbles away. Can you see that? I'm not going to look at the segments, but the pillar placements on that bridge and the shapes of the bridge, which I should have really shown you, but I was just more taken by the wibble in it. The shape of the bridge is really very, very pleasing. So anyway, yeah, we're using a theme that in the theme, Patagonia theme, the sand is white and the sand is being used for snow. If you don't want snow on those mountains, then obviously you can just remove the sand using in-game editor, of course. Right, okay, lovely looking intersection, very nice. There's your start square right there. Plenty of lovely buildable space there as well. On the left here, we've got a off-ramp which is elevated at ground level, which stands out compared to the rest of these things. Mind you, even these loops are elevated at ground level. To some degree, I don't mind. Like here, this definitely needs to be elevated because we are over a swampy area. And look at this. Just look at the underwater snow melt. It is beautiful. That is outstanding work. And outstanding work over here as well, as we transition across to like a snowy landscape. Don't know what this is. It's a residual thing from somewhere. There is actually no road there. I know it looks like there is, but there's not. If I show you, I'm going to use move it, and I'm going to drag over the entire area, and there's nothing. Got all the trees, nothing underground. There is, I think that was probably part of, I don't know, actually I was going to say part of a previous road that was there. I don't even think that could, I don't know what's causing that. That's something very, if you load this up, that map there, if you load up this map even, it's like wibbling again on the highway there as we go up to the intersection. Now if you load up this map and you get the same or you don't get the same, please let me know. It's a rare thing that I get to see something like that in a map, so I have to assume that this is not every single map. If it was every single map, then we would just say, BonBon, your system's broken. But this is the first time we've seen that, well, in the longest time. The longest time, I can't remember the last time I've seen it. Anyway, going into an elevated section again. Oh, notice we've got a little bit of terrain glitching going on here. Could be because of this ground-based road leading up here. If we elevate the highway ramp on the right there, let me do this. Come on, and notice the glitching in the ground has now leveled out. So that's say another easy one to fix. I'll do 1-2 fixes as we go and just talk about 1-2 things as we go as well. Another very slick, swooping intersection as well. Very tidy work indeed. One thing I'd like to have seen though, we are having to have network extensions too. What about lane mathematics? Why don't we have 2-lane highway here? I mean, admittedly, I haven't lined it up very well. I've just upgraded it. But if we've got 2-lane highways because of network extensions too, I don't know quite why we're not using them. It's a simple upgrade. It's easy to change, easy to fix. And it's just a little bit perplexing. It's not a huge problem. Just, if we've got to subscribe to it, why are we not using it? It's just a question. Same with Theme Mixer 2. Why have we got to subscribe to it for this map? I mean, it's a great mod. Everybody should have it if you want it. Okay, a rail across to the rail. Let's follow the rail. The rail, you're going to see some interesting tunnel work, and by interesting I mean, tell me, what do you think? Now, the only real grumble here is the tunnel does drop away slightly more steep than real life, so that could be tapered down a little bit, but that is really interesting. Vanilla, because all of these are just vanilla pillars being used to decorate, and we're going to see that it's consistent. We're going to see that in every single location where we have a tunnel entrance. I would suggest it being copied and pasted using Move It, and well, why not? Why not? It's just I think this is really nice work. Consistent and nice. There's your start square. Rail goes into the start square. Rail comes out of the start square. Nice bridge here with the covered middle section. And in pillars, we've got custom pillar work as well, like that. Central pillar there in concrete, and yeah, the central pillar slightly different because I don't know, it needs to be a bit more supportive, I guess. I like it. It's good work. There's a lot of good work. A lot of good work. Another tunnel, again, same work again, going underground. Follow the tunnel underground, it'll emerge back up over here, and then we can follow this off towards the edge of the map. So yes, so far so good, don't you think? There'll be one or two minor grumbles as we've gone along, not too many, nothing that you can't clear up as you're going along, and we've got some interesting talking points in the second half of the show, so don't miss that. Straight after this.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Fjords Snow map 22021, no DLC needed by stevensdomi. And the shipping routes. And the shipping routes are quite intricate and possibly too intricate in places. Possibly. I mean, I can't tell you where they should be less intricate. So we've got shipping triangles there leading up to a nice little harbour location up there. There's nothing specifically that I can clamp down on. Cramp down on even? Clamp down on. Oh look, red. I don't know if that's because of procedural. It must be because I've got procedural objects, which is required for today's map. I don't know. I've just never seen a red essential lighthouse before. Not like that anyway. Anyway, yes. You see here, intricate. Really intricate. Right on the edge of the map. But you can't argue against it either. Water flow. If you want strong water flow in the start square, you've got strong water flow in the start square. There again is nothing to complain about here. It's all moving, it's all pushing out and away, and your sewage will be taken away and deposited into somebody else's neighbourhood. Okay, the map looks glorious. I don't know how else to say it. It just looks amazing. Some really lovely waterfront shapes as well. Slight little bump on this highway. That's just going to do the usual jumping about. Slight little bump in the highway there. We'll just do a couple of points of interest. Like this one. We've got a little pinch here. In fact, both highways as well. Easiest way to fix that was with the node controller. But of course, it is possible to fix that by bending segments using Move It. There is also a slightly encroaching tree there. Not actually in the highway, but it is still growing straight through the road. What more do we have? Lots of interesting stuff. Some very interesting water. Do you know what? I'm going to take you over this way first of all. We'll go back that way. Let's do things in order. So we've got some lovely lakes. Oh yeah, this stream here. Loving this stream. This is sort of thing that makes me go ooh. You know how much I like an ooh little thin dribbly river like that. I just love it when it's done well. And I just love the colours as well. The colours on the map are amazing. It's just like that green, murky, muddy water, which is totally believable. Snowmelt coming off of the mountains, dragging mud down into these lakes. They're glorious. This lake has got a scenic track going around it, and you've got a great view over the rest of the map from up here as well. So much thought and design gone into even this island here. Wait for this. The first hint of the Procedural Objects Mod is right here. This seems to be sinking into the mud. Deliberately done. That's the first sign. Without the Procedural Objects Mod, you just won't have that lighthouse there. You will have this lighthouse here, which is the essential lighthouse. Isn't she lovely? and again, superbly done. Now, Procedural Objects Mod. This is Procedural Objects. The way that this has been done has been with the mod. I'm not going to open up the mod. I'm just going to show you that. Look at the rock work here as well. Also procedural object work again. So without the mod, That most of that won't be there. Some of it will. And this, I just don't know. This is creative. It's a dam, and it's a weir, and everybody's favourite factories, and it's different. I'll give it that. And this weir here, the weir up here, I like this. Okay, not so much about that thing downstream, but that I really like. And I like the way it's been worked into the tunnel there. Slightly encroaching rock onto the road there, just slightly. But yes, superb. Yes, I think we'll just ignore the everybody's favourite factory rock slab thing. It's very creative. Well done, stevensdomi. Very creative. I think we'll just ignore it. We'll look away. That's the one distracting thing on the map, I think. Yes, I'm just loving this rock and marshy land and start square, which means you've got it. The asset of the day. Well, I'm going to show you both of them. It's colour variations. I don't know which one I like more, so I thought I'd show them both. The Volunteer Fire Department Fire Station by DieHardHunter. Don't see much from DieHardHunter these days. Obviously busy with life, I guess, but when they do get time to build something, it's top quality. And this is based upon a volunteer fire station in Salem, in that part of America. You know, the dusty bit. Factoids. Factoids because factoids. The average porcupine. Oh, how many quills do you think it has? Go on. Give you a moment to think about it. How many quills has the average porcupine? You ready? Over 30,000. That's right. I'm sure there's lots of prick jokes to be told. You won't be hearing any of them from me because I am too clean and classy and British. And I'm also a big child. Volunteer Fire Department Fire Station here by DieHardHunter. This is great work. Love it. There you go. Right, so I think we're about done. I think we've seen everything. Nothing for me to go back down to, so let's do it. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right corner of your screen or the link in the description. It takes you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Apple, Gmail or a free Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, this is one of those rare occasions that I'm at a loss. I would go high 4, but I can't see any reason not to give it a 5th star. So, there you go. You can have 5 stars for this one, stevensdomi. 5 stars. Detailing. The standards are pretty high, but there's a lot of niggly bits. Are there enough niggly bits to have to force 3 stars? The answer is no. That would be too mean. The standards are too high. I'm going to go for a low 4 though. It has to be punished a little bit. Gameplay potential, pretty playable. All those niggly bits that you're going to want to fix as you go along take a little off of the edge. So I'm going to go for a slightly below middle 4 for gameplay. So Fjords Snow map 22021. No DLC needed by stevensdomi. Definitely gets the BonBonB seal of approval. This one is on the must play list. There's just something magical about that. I like it a lot. Lovely layout, lots of thought gone into it. Great design, lots of screenshot locations. Beautiful, great work. Anyway, that's it for today. Don't want to give you too much now, do we? If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the words of the day into the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun. I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series, and I can't promise it'll be as good as this one.